Good morning, McVeigh students. This is Mr. Palka coming to you with another video. You may wonder what you're looking at here. You're looking at my treadmill. You're looking at a treadmill here, and I'm going to kind of take you through some of these buttons and everything that they do. Boys and girls, the local YMCAs, most of them have a kids room where you can get on a treadmill that looks something like this, and they have those rooms staffed with people that can help you. So I don't know how many of you actually belong to the YMCA, but as they become available in Delaware over the next few weeks here, at least at a certain percentage of people that are allowed in, you might be able to get on a treadmill. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a little tutorial here on what you can do. And if you're a 5th grader or a 4th grader that's watching, you might be able to learn these things, and with your parents' permission, you might be able to get on a treadmill. So we have a lot of fancy buttons here, and all treadmills are a little bit different. Not all of them have these exact buttons. But one of the first things that you need to be able to do on a treadmill is you can see down here how I am straddling the treadmill. Okay? We don't ever want to stand on the belt, because when we go to start the machine, the belt's going to start moving. So I always want to straddle that treadmill, and then up here where it says start, I'm going to hit the start button. Okay, and you see that belt is moving, but you can see how I'm standing on the side. Now if we would have stood here, whoa, see, we'd be moving with the treadmill. Now the treadmill's not moving that quickly. It's at 1 mile an hour. I'll get a little closer here. So if you look over here, it says calories per hour and speed. It's only at 1 miles an hour. So not very fast. Alright, this up here is telling you distance, and then it's going to switch to the time in a moment. So the treadmill's been going for 40 seconds. Okay, and then over here is my incline. Now my incline is the angle of the treadmill. Right now that treadmill is flat. I have it flat, but if I hit the incline button down here, alright, and you can hear that. You can hear the treadmill. It goes up in 0.5 increments. So you have to know your decimals. 1.5. Now it's at 2.0. So I'm on a little bit of an incline here. Now this particular treadmill also has some quick buttons down here, they call it, where I could pick an incline down here of whatever I wanted. I could just press in the button. If I wanted to run up a hill, I could hit 10%, and the incline would gradually go up till it was at 10%, which would be pretty steep. I can pick my speed down here. Right now I'm only at 1 mile an hour. Okay, now most people could do 6 miles an hour would be a 10-minute mile. Okay, which is not that fast. Now if I wanted to know that, I could click this button till it went to pace, and that pace tells me, if I didn't know that, that it's a 10-minute mile. So my speed is 6 miles an hour, and my pace is 10. Incline is 2. Okay, now what's some of all this other stuff here? Well, this particular treadmill has different workouts. Okay, you can do a workout with hills, you can do a workout with intensity, you can do a workout excuse me, where the treadmill will change speeds, or you can adjust on your own, like I usually like to do. And then we have a button here where you can enter your weight, and I'll explain why we do that in a moment. And then you see on our display here, we have the amount of time you've been running, the pace that you're running, which right now is a 10-minute mile, which is not super fast. You have the distance, so we've gone, well, if we were actually walking on it right now or running, we would have gone 0.16 miles. And then you have your total time, which is now up to 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay? Now, weight, why is that important? Because over here you have speed and you have calories per hour. And you need to enter your proper weight if you want to know how many calories you've burned. In this case, with a treadmill, you can get a pretty accurate count of how many calories you've burned, because the treadmill knows exactly how fast you're running, and if it knows exactly how much you weigh, then it's going to know pretty precisely, approximately, pretty well, how many calories you've burned. Now, boys and girls, remember that a calorie is a unit of energy. So if you have a bowl of cereal, that might be about 150 calories. If you have a hamburger at McDonald's, that's probably about 300 calories. If you eat an apple, that's probably about 80 calories. Okay, so calories are units of energy. If you eat more calories than your body burns, you gain a little bit of weight. If you lose more calories, or you use more calories than you actually eat, then you lose a little bit of weight. So you can measure how many calories you burn, which isn't necessarily foolproof or the best way to measure if you're trying to lose weight. Because what you have to understand is even when you get done exercising, your body is still burning calories. So how many calories you actually use, that's a little bit hard to measure, because even when you sleep, your body's burning calories. And the stronger your muscles are and the more fit you are, the more calories you're burning even as you sleep. Now, one of the skills that you need to be able to do is, right now this treadmill is moving at 6 miles an hour and I'm still straddling the treadmill. Now on the treadmill here we have a handle on my right and we have a handle on my left, and I would need to be able to hold on to the handle and hop on and move on this in a running position, and I'd also need to be able to hop off. So one of the skills that I have to be able to do is I have to be able to hold on to both handlebars and hop on running, because the treadmill is already moving, while I'm still holding on. And then once I totally get my balance, I let go with my hands and just start running. We want to try to not make a habit of holding on to the treadmill the whole time that we're running, because that just puts our body in a whole bunch of weird positions. So you want to hold on, and once your feet get on here, you have to run. I can't really do it right now because I'm videoing and talking, so it'd be kind of difficult to demonstrate without the camera bouncing all over the place. I don't think you could see what I was doing anyway. And then I need to be able to hold on and hop off too if I need to. Okay, now this button down here is our emergency button. If I knock this off, the whole treadmill will stop. So if I did get in some type of jam in an emergency situation, I could just knock this button off and the whole treadmill would shut down. Okay. Down here we have our quick fan button. If I hit this treadmill has a little fan that will blow some air on me. It has a low, a medium, and a high speed. I'm going to shut that off. Here's my incline button. And then this starts the treadmill. This would stop the treadmill. And I can adjust my speed in 0.1 increments. So I can go 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4. And remember, after 6.9 does not come 6.10. Remember how decimals work. After 6.9 comes 7.0, not 6.10. Watch that again. Up here in this corner, 6.9, The next number is 7.0, then 7.1. And we go all the way up. You can hear the treadmill getting faster. We go all the way up to 7.9, and then comes 8.0, and then we go to 8.1, etc. And if you look at our pace here, about every 0.1 is 5 or 6 seconds per mile faster. I'm trying to keep it on the right pace here. There we go. That's 6:58 pace, 6:53, 6:49, 6:44, 6:40. So we're losing about 4 or 5 seconds every time we go up there. Okay. All right, and you can see this belt is moving pretty fast now. And we're right around 6:30 pace right now, which is pretty fast. But a lot of runners will go out and they'll run that fast for several miles. And I'm going to slow this down so it's not so loud. I'm going to slow it down to 1. Now, if you just wanted to walk comfortably, you'd probably do somewhere around 2 miles an hour. Most people can walk at 3 to 4 miles an hour, but it's a pretty fast walk. Okay, and I encourage you guys when we're doing our half miles in class to walk fast. All right, this is 2 miles an hour. And you can see it's pretty easy to walk that fast, but when I say walk fast in class, I'm talking about 3 to 4 miles an hour. Okay, but 2 miles an hour would be just a nice, easy, comfortable walk. All right, we have our heart rate monitors right here. If I put the inside of my hands against these bars here, okay, it'll measure my heart rate, and the pulse is showing up there. It's not really accurate because I don't have both hands on it. It's saying my pulse is 143, which, there we go, 60. That makes much better sense. Okay, so it is working with one hand. So it just took my heart rate there. It's saying my heart rate is 60, which is probably correct because I'm not doing anything here. I'm not exercising. So boys and girls, if you have a chance to use a treadmill, or maybe some of you have a treadmill at home, remember the most important thing for starters is you must be able to hold on to these bars here with your hands and hop on and start running, and then once you get your balance you can let go of the sides here, and then you have to be able to do the same thing to hop off. Very important. Okay, so boys and girls, hopefully you learned some things about a treadmill today and how it works. They're very good instruments, especially when it's cold outside. And it was actually pretty chilly this morning, huh? Pretty cool this morning. At 45 degrees at my house, which is very chilly for an early June start. So boys and girls, that's all. I want you to remember that next Tuesday is the referendum for the school district, and it's very important that your parents and other family members that are 18 years or older go out and vote. There's a lot of very important things that are on the line for our school district. One of them hits home with me because high school sports will not be happening next year if the referendum does not pass. There will be no football, no basketball, no baseball, no track, no soccer, field hockey, volleyball. There will not be any high school sports next year. There'll be a lot of music programs that are lost. There will be a lot of teachers, unfortunately, that will not be working for our school district anymore. And our people in our classes, there'll be a lot more people. Maybe as many as 35 or 40 people in some cases. And we don't want any of these things to necessarily happen because they wouldn't probably be the best thing for students. So boys and girls, I encourage all of you to go out and vote next Tuesday. Okay, it's your choice what you vote for, but there's a lot of things that are on the line that if the referendum does not pass, will change next year, and our schools will look very different. So go out and vote and make the choice that you feel is the best choice for your family. Okay, that's next Tuesday on July the 9th, and you can see all of the polling places up on the website for the Christina School District. Okay, not every school is a polling place, so make sure you check what those places are, and tell your parents, tell your family members to go out and vote for what they think is best, and hopefully next year we're able to keep all the wonderful programs that we have in place. I'm going to sign off. Boys and girls, I'll see you tomorrow with a different video. Please join, no matter what grade you're in, and we'll have a good time, I'm sure. All right, this is Mr. Palka. I miss you guys, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.